The Cleveland Cavaliers have taken a commanding 2-0 lead over the Miami Heat, so I thought I'd take a quick look at what they're running on offense that has led to such a high-scoring attack. They led the league in offensive rating in the regular season, and they've been even better in the playoffs. One thing to note is how well they're lighting it up from the three-point line, both in percentage and the net difference over the Heat shooting. In the regular season, when a team makes 5 or more threes than their opponent, the record is 393 and 112 for a healthy 78% winning percentage. The most common successful action is the double ball screen out top, and Darius Garland has been in the driver's seat the most. The key is that they put a shooter as the first ball screener and a rolling big as the second screener. If Garland's man chases around, it forces Strus's man to hold. Allen will then roll hard to the rim to take his man down and out of the way. A quick look towards the basket freezes Hero, and kicking it backwards for the easy pass gets plenty of room for a sharpshooter like Strus to knock it down. This time it's Dean Wade as the shooter in the first spot, and this time the Heat just switch it to contain as Hero goes under the screen. This triggers an immediate twirl back into a ball screen in the other direction. Garland lets the ball float alongside him until he can get his left foot down as the gather step. He then has 2 legal steps which he takes to get the slight opening to splash this over a pretty good contest. In a bit of a wrinkle, they'll run Strus off a pin down first to get his man out of position. Garland's aggressive push forces the Heat into a mistake as 2 defenders run to the ball, leaving the best shooter in the gym wide open because the defender that could rotate there had to bump down to the Allen roll and can't cover the 25 feet in time. Here it is to the left again, only this time it's a double big ball screen. Hence, they do a synchronized roll to the rim until Mobley realizes the mistake and fades to the corner. Meanwhile, the strong roll forced a switch, and now the Cavs have a mismatch out top. Watch how Garland utilizes the skip dribble off the right foot to explode into a drive to the left. He cuts Ware off within 2 steps and then shoots this with the inside hand to allow his hip and back as a shield to the ball. Here's Donovan Mitchell running it to the right, with Merrill in the shooter's role and Mobley as the roller. They force a switch on the second screen, which allows Mobley to sneak behind Highsmith with a decided height advantage, so all Mitchell has to do is throw it up. No help defense from Hero means a dunk. Jerome has been excellent for them off the bench in this series, and is a big threat to shoot this coming off the second screen. What they're really watching for is how the defense switched. As soon as they realized Mobley had Highsmith on him again, he dives to the low block where Merrill can get him the ball, and Mobley overpowers the defense for the layup. Another Jerome ball screen to the right. The defense switches this so they can stick with the shooter flaring to the left wing. And when Hero goes underneath, they twirl this again and almost get the steal, but Jerome corrals the errant dribble and pushes this fadeaway into the hoop. While Mitchell is averaging more points per game, Garland has been just as effective in their half-court sets as the main driver of their offense. Here's their high pick and roll series initiated immediately after the ball crosses half court. This was interesting from a defensive standpoint. Jovic is initially guarding Mitchell and Wiggins is on Allen. Wiggins wants Jovic to switch, but then he hovers around the elbow. It's not a bad idea to offer support on a potential drive from Garland, but this constitutes help from 1 pass away off of the most dangerous guy in the gym. He catches it with 7 feet of space, and that's an easy pass, easy shot. The quicker they run this action, the better, as it catches the defense out of position. Mitchell is not in a defensive stance, Ware gets caught too low, and I like how Garland uses a left-right footwork while going to his left. The traditional right-left footwork is also good, but I'm all for keeping the feet consistent as he gets an open look. It's actually an interesting question as to who is better, Mitchell or Garland, and I've got to be honest with you, I've gone back and forth on this one a lot. But one thing is for sure, they create more problems for a defense than just about any other backcourt, and you can have an opportunity to make money over this debate by playing Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite baseball players with players from basketball, hockey, esports, and much more. Use all the knowledge you get from me, like how this Cavs team is just lighting it up from all over, to make your picks and increase your opportunities. The playoffs are almost here, so download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. This was kind of a double ball screen, but I'm not sure Strus really meant it, so we'll consider it a single high ball screen to the right. However, the Heat hug into the lane line on the weak side, no space to get to the basket, so they twirl it back to the left. Here's the key. Allen is a threat rolling to the basket for a dunk. Now, Bam gives him a little hug, which means Wiggins isn't doing much of anything. You definitely don't want to give Mitchell a 20-foot closeout to attack, which he does, and Ware seems powerless to contest this beautiful up and under lefty reverse off glass. This is where organic basketball can flow into easy shots, as Strus just wanders through the ball screen action. This lures his man Tyler Hero into foolishly reaching in on a professional ball handler, leaving a guy who's shooting 54% from behind the arc in the series wide open. The only single high pick and roll run by Mitchell in which they scored happened in Game 1, and with elite shooters in the corners, there is no help there. Mobley was an average three-point shooter, so you gotta pick your poison, and I would have helped off of him to prevent what became an easy layup and one. And this could be considered a double ball screen, but since there was a delay between the two, we'll put it in the single category as they pick on Hero again, who can't recover well enough to stop the patented Ty Jerome floater. Some other half-court sets that caught my eye. I love this one as Garland throws it ahead for get action, Strus keeps it and turns it into a ball screen. Garland then lifts to the wing and watch how he attacks on the catch to blow by his man. This draws Ware to the ball, which means Bam doesn't need to be in the paint as well, allowing an easy kick out to the flaring Mobley, who shows why he's shooting 44% from 3 in this series. Here's the same play to Strus' strong side right hand. The help on the roll is supposed to come from the lowest weak side player, but Hero doesn't realize this until the ball is above the rim and being propelled quickly in a downward motion. Here's an interesting set where they cut Garland off an Iverson cut to the left wing before screening the ball screener to get Bam a little out of position. Finally, Allen sets a flare screen for Strus to give Garland another passing option. This was well defended until Burks loses Strus and gives up the easy kick-out three. They've got simple zoom action that every team runs, where Strus gets a pin down out of the corner, which puts his man 3 steps behind the play. Then, Mobley executes a handoff that serves as another screen. Highsmith plays this poorly, running right into Mobley and hugging him, and while Bam did get a hand up, Strus gets it to go down. The Cavs lead the league in the playoffs in quickest time of possession, primarily because they break so quickly into their offense. Garland sprints to the weak side corner, Jerome gives it up early to Merrill, and now the ball is moving into their 4-out alignment. A quick signal from Jerome gets Merrill to the weak side corner for spacing at the same time Allen is setting the step-up screen. Jerome has some choices. Short roll to Allen, which would force Davion Mitchell to help, leaving an open corner 3. A pass to Garland out top to attack a short closeout, or skip it to the corner where the shooter has 12 feet of space on the catch to work with. While the Heat defense ranked 9th in defensive rating this year, they don't look nearly as good trying to keep up with the best offense in the league.
What's the key to playing clean basketball like that against a team like that?
Pick on Tyler Hero.
They are certainly doing a good job exposing Hero on defense, but the whole team's over-rotations into the paint are leading to plenty of sprays for open three-point shots, where the Cavs rank 2nd in the league. We already know that getting outscored this much from the three-point line puts you in a terrible position, and I suspect every team they play in the East will struggle to keep up.